When Maryam Mirzakhani died at the tragically early age of 40 this month, the news stories talked of her as a genius, the only woman to win the Fields Medal, the mathematical equivalent of a Nobel Prize, and a Stanford professor since the age of 31. This Iranian-born academic had been on a roll since she started winning gold medals at maths Olympiads in her teens. How to bring out the genius in your child? Read more. It would be easy to assume that someone as special as Mirzakhani must have been one of those gifted children who excel from babyhood, the ones reading Harry Potter at 5 or admitted to Mensa not much later, the child that takes maths GCSE while still in single figures, or a rarity such as Ruth Lawrence, who was admitted to Oxford while her contemporaries were still in primary school. But look closer and a different story emerges. Mirzakhani was born in Tehran, one of 3 siblings in a middle-class family whose father was an engineer. The only part of her childhood that was out of the ordinary was the Iran-Iraq War, which made life hard for the family in her early years. Thankfully, it ended around the time she went to secondary school. Mirzakhani did go to a highly selective girls' school, but maths wasn't her interest, reading was. She loved novels and would read anything she could lay her hands on. Together with her best friend, she would prowl the bookstores on the way home from school for works to buy and consume. The Guardian Science Weekly podcast, What Makes a Genius? Read more. As for maths, she did rather poorly. It did for the first couple of years in her middle school, but became interested when her elder brother told her about what he'd learned. He shared a famous maths problem from a magazine that fascinated her, and she was hooked. The rest is mathematical history.